questions that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Still just a little too hot. I think I might burn my lips. Hi everyone, welcome to the not so chilly front porch in my 1925 bungalow. I'm Scott. Well, this afternoon, Sunday afternoon, if you're not watching, I think there's a football game on TV. Or it's just what I heard. If you're not watching that, maybe you'll sit back and watch this. What's going to happen? Well, a couple of things. I'm going to doctor up the finish on this wonderful plant stand, which if you don't know anything about this, go and watch last night's video. Woo, you'll learn all about this plant stand. I'm going to show you a beautiful print, a bit of a mystery. I'll need your help to solve that. And I'm also going to show you a few of the things that I'm going to be selling tomorrow night, Monday night, yes, the 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on this channel, the Old Curiosity Shop. David from Uprising, Texas will be joining me, and it's called Two Chaps. We get all dressed up and we sell 20 things, 10 things per dude, you know. And I think David is doing a preview on his channel. You might want to check that out. So I'm going to show you what's for sale tomorrow night. Anyway, there's a link somewhere, I don't know, that you can click and it'll remind you. There's always something going on here at the Old Curiosity Shop, and I'm so glad you decided to tune in. There might be a few other surprises in this video as well. Now, I've got my supplies here on top of the plant stand. But you may say, has he lost his mind? We can see what looks like scratch cover and paste wax over there. But what's in that green tin? Am I going to be using this to, is that my secret ingredient for the restoration? No, it's not. But I'm drinking, or I will be when it cools off a little bit, some Moonstruck Minty Milk Chocolate Mint Cocoa, which was a gift from my friends Rob and Cheryl, who were passing through Philadelphia, or they were passing through the area. They're great fans of Art Deco and many other types of antiques and collectibles. They had a chance to stop by, and we had a nice lunch in Philadelphia, and they gave me some other goodies, and they had purchased some things from me, which I was able to pass on to them. And they were able to take it back to their home safely. And I want to thank Rob and Cheryl. This is a treat. It's nice to branch away from coffee once in a while. Okay, enough about that. Let's get to the plant stand. I'm just a little hesitant to do this on camera because I am not a professional. I learned by making mistakes. Believe me, I will never forget when I put stripper on top of a veneer piece when I was about maybe 15, and then to get the stripping material off, I took a garden hose to the piece, soaked it. You know that all the veneer then wrinkled and just peeled off, and it was a complete disaster. I don't know where my father was when I was busy doing that. But I learned from my father and from, just life experience. So I've been fiddling around with restoring finishes and doing antique woodwork for probably 40 years, probably since I was about in my early high school years. There are a ton of wonderful channels that you can watch, and I'm familiar with a lot of them, professionals. So if you want to see a professional, don't watch me. What I'm going to do to this plant stand is get it into the condition that I prefer. There's a whole gamut of ideas out there about refinishing or restoring. Yeah, here's what I say. Keep it if you can. If it's not horrible and you can bring it back, do that. I would never strip a piece like this. We're going to take a closer look at it in a minute. The scratches, the gouges, the little marks here and there, tells the life story of a piece of furniture. And I feel as though if you want something to look new, you should go buy new. Now, that's my opinion. I'm certainly not going to chalk paint it, and I'm not stripping off the old shellac. So some of you might want to be more extensive and refinish a piece like this. I'm very sympathetic to it, and I tend to pull back, examine it. I like the look of the 120 years. Yeah, this dates to 1918, 1920. It's had at least 100 years of living, and I think it should look that way. All right, having said that, it's in pretty good condition. It is mahogany. We don't have any loose veneer. That's an issue. We don't have that problem here with this. Nothing needs to be repaired. None of the joints are cracked. We don't need to glue and clamp anything. And it was pretty clean. I did wipe it down and clean it with a warm cloth, damp, not wet, very mild. Let it dry overnight. The finish on it is shellac. I am not going to put denatured alcohol on here and re-amalgamate the shellac. I like the little crackleer, the little alligator hide look to the finish, and we'll zoom in on that. Maybe we'll zoom in on it right now and see. Look at that. That's that fine little, you just see little crackles on there. Collectors and connoisseurs of antique furniture call that alligator hide. Sometimes shellac will turn almost black. We've all seen those old upright pianos that look almost black. And if the shellac is stripped off, then the beautiful color of the wood comes through. There hasn't been a whole lot of shrinking and bubbling up of the shellac on this piece. And the shellac that was put on this originally in the factory was a very thin coat. Pianos tended to have what's called a piano finish, which was a high gloss, thick coat of shellac. And that stuff can really gloop up and turn very dark over the years. This piece, we can still see the mahogany grain, we can still see the color of the wood, and so all I'm going to do is use my Howard products, which I like very much. There are many other products you can use. Now, Howard can be found in antique stores, and you can go online and buy it as well. I'm simply going to use a scratch cover, which is this right here. It's called Restore Finish. I'm going to just wipe it on and wipe it off. I don't have the mahogany here with me. I'm using dark walnut. It really doesn't make a difference, even though this is a mahogany piece of furniture. Putting dark walnut scratch cover is not going to be an issue, and you'll see. So I'm going to be putting that on. And then I'm going to use, this is called Feed and Wax. It's a wood polish conditioner. It's like a paste wax. You certainly could use good old Johnson's paste wax. There are other waxes that you could use. This will buff it down and give it a nice warm shine. And that's it. I'm not filling in any of the gouges, that's it. I want it to look like it's been around the block. I mean, I'm starting to look like I've been around the block, so why shouldn't my furniture? Okay, let's get to it. Okay, close examination of the piece, and you can see we have light scratches on the top. Those are scratches that are in the shellac itself. There's a remnant of a circle here. The white is simply moisture that's trapped in the shellac. Yeah, okay. And I don't know who's beeping at me. And then as we go down, we'll see we have a pretty good sized scratch right here, which will lift right out. The feet are looking pretty good. I think there's a scratch, a pretty good scratch here on that foot, as you can see. And the worst damage on this piece is that gouge right there on the hip. Now, someone might come along and put wood filler in there. You could do that if you want. I'm going to cover it with scratch cover, polish it, and turn that portion to the wall. I'm just not going to be bothered with it. It really does not get on my nerves at all. And I'm just going to leave it right in there. Not a big deal for me. Again, here on the side, you see there, That's character. And look at that alligator hide. All right. Well, now that I've applied that one and only coat of scratch cover, I'm going to let the piece rest, let it breathe, because the alcohol will dissipate, and I'll actually wipe it off again in about 20 minutes, and you'll get a little bit more that is sort of seeping out of the shellac. So I'm not going to wax it yet, but I'll go ahead and work on the rest of the furniture, the pedestal and then the feet on the bottom, and we'll do the entire scratch cover. Then we wax. Now this is the side that had the horrible scratch, the scratch that was really, really bad, which was right here. Now the only person that's going to see that is the cleaning person. When they get down on the floor and scrub your baseboards, nobody is going to see that. And as we pull away, I think it just looks wonderful. I might put a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more on that spot. Now just to further fill in and even out the color just a little bit on that gouge, I've got a black and a mahogany furniture touch-up marker. Now these are not magic markers. The chemical composition of this is not the same. You can find these pretty much anywhere. And I simply want to darken that in just a little bit. So let me get my things. Let me trade hands here with the camera. Bear with me while I jiggle a little bit. Try to focus it in for you. And this really doesn't take any skill at all. Good heavens. I'm just gonna go in and let it saturate. I'm not trying to make it look like it was never gouged, you know? Maybe Granny ran into it with her upright vacuum cleaner. Maybe Uncle Henry tripped one night coming home from the Elks Club. Who knows? I just want it to be a little bit darker. Oops, don't you roll off of there. These are character marks. Now somebody else will come along and say, oh, fill it in. Put wood putty on it, sand it out, and you'll never see it. Well, that's fine. If a person would like to do that, go for it. I'm leaving it in because I like it that way. Now let me refocus and back up a little bit. All right, now everybody's staring at it like it's a mole on your face, but quit staring at it. We'll pull back and it just becomes a part of the history of that piece of furniture. You'll see. It's got a warm patina to it. It doesn't even look like it needs paste wax. We're gonna put the beeswax on it anyway, just to preserve the finish and keep it from being scratched. This is just scratch cover. It's been buffed down. Now, I recommend using that 4/0 steel wool just to get a little bit of the dirt off the old shellac. It really does help. Look how beautiful the base of it is now. And we work our way up. And that foot that was really scratched, that's a cobweb. Get off there, spiderweb. The foot that had the really bad scratch on it is right there, okay? So out here in the sunlight, you see it, but look, big deal. That's that scratch. It's covered in, I'm not doing anything else to it. And then as we move up, that's that little alley right there. And if that bugs you, then once again, you turn that side to the wall. Okay, let's now just put I'm gonna wipe it down one more time and then we'll wax it. We'll wax it and then we're ready for a plant. Okay, we cleaned it first with a mild detergent and a very, very, very mildly damp cloth. Then I used 4/0 steel wool, very gently cleaned it while I was applying scratch cover. That's right, that's why you saw so much brown coming off of that cloth. And then paste wax. I've waited 20 minutes. Now let's buff. Well, that's it for this old plant stand. Really an easy finish restoration on the piece rather than refinishing. I hope my humble attempt meets with your approval. And good luck. Don't give up on old brown furniture. I think it's coming back. Now, quickly, Monday night, 9 p.m. on my channel, two gents, David and I will be selling stuff. I'm not going to tell you what I'm selling, but I'm going to show you really quickly. You'll have to see what that says if you tune in Monday night. You might have seen this in a thrift haul, woo. And you might have also seen this 1940s oil can. That's it, it's just a tease, come see us. I know David has some really interesting items for Monday night at 9 p.m. as well. We're gonna wrap the video up now with a mystery print. I have done nothing. No internet search, no Google reverse, nothing. But here's what I can tell from my gut. It's at least, I'm gonna put it right around 1900. Now, of course, that's always give or take. I think we are in right around 1900 or so. It's a print, and isn't that beautiful? Take a look, has anyone seen that before? Now, there is a signature of the artist somewhere down here in the corner, which I'll let you look at, if I can get you to see it without the glare. I know, I don't wear gloves. When I refinish, I don't want to wear gloves. I want to feel what I'm doing, and that's the reason why my hands are always a mess. But, all right, hold it still. I'm sorry, hold it still. Maybe you can see a little bit of a signature of the artist down there. It is in an old frame that's typical of sort of 1900. I'll let you see the print again. But back here we have a clue. I'm going to tell you what that sticker says. It says something, something, something art shop, 1622 Chestnut Street, Philadelphia. Now, currently at 1622 Chestnut Street, Philadelphia, and I know some of you are going to go look, is one of the most stunning Art Deco buildings you've ever seen. I think this art shop was torn down when that building was built. That Deco building is mid to late 1920s, and it had a radio station in it. I forget, I should know, but I can't remember. Go and look at that. Well, I'll put a picture in. There it is. That's what stands at that address today on Chestnut Street. 1622 Chestnut Street. Beautiful Art Deco building. If you're in Philly, go check it out. We can tell that if this were really much older than 1900, instead of cardboard, there would be wood on the back. But that sticker right there, just the whole style is giving me a right around the 1900 feel. So, what is it? I don't know because I haven't really done any digging, but I thought I would share it with you because it's just a lovely image. Now, yeah, wouldn't that look nice behind the plant stand? No, it wouldn't. Not behind that plant stand. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up now. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up now with a question. A lot of you want me to put a Boston fern on this plant stand, and I'm not going to do it. I want you to say in the comment section below, why am I not going to put a Boston fern on here? And instead of a Boston fern, can you pick the plant that I'm actually going to be buying to put on this? I'm torn between one of two plants. It's going to be one or the other, but it ain't going to be a Boston fern, and I don't have anything against Boston ferns. But why am I not putting a Boston fern, and what am I actually going to put on top of this table? I will show you the pot that I'm going to use. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Yes, and I think I might have shown you this before. I'll let you look at the bottom very quickly. See that? Yep. And of course, I know you don't take a pottery pot and place it on a fern, on a plant stand like this without putting something underneath it, because moisture will be absorbed by the pot itself. let's not get into all that now. But that's the pot I'm using. What do you think I'm going to put in it? I want you to guess in the comment section below, and do you know anything about that print? Thanks for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock here on the Old Curiosity Shop channel for the two gents. And have a lovely afternoon. And if you're rooting for that football game, heaven forbid your team lose, I hope whatever team you want to win, wins. And that's all for now. All right, I'm Scott. Thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. And so long for now.